Hello. Hey, welcome to a new week. Happy Monday. I hope that your new week is starting off well. I am hemming up these curtains. Now, I am not a seamstress by any means. I did not want to cut these because we actually paid these. I mean, A, were expensive, and B, the longer you get them, the more expensive they're going to be. And I believe these are 120 inches, I believe is what they are. And these are the curtains. They're like a taupe color. I absolutely love them. I feel like this is like a really neutral color, so they can really go with like any kind of decor or in any room. And they are velvet. So that is another reason why they were kind of pricey, but I really do love these curtains. Hubby took down a couple of these in the front room, and I wanted to replace them in the living room. And so I don't know if I'm going to have them there permanently. Basically, what I'm trying to say is I didn't want to cut them because I don't know, I might switch them up again, And so if they're too short, obviously they won't go in if I put them back in the front room, or even if I decide to do that. So the hem on here was pretty large. I thought about doing this portion here and then hemming the little the little flap that's kind of like that'll be flapped over, but I didn't want to put two stitches in the curtains. Like you were going to see, it was going to kind of be double hemmed. And so I was just like, okay, let me just go ahead and just do the one stitch. And I know that there is an invisible stitching option. I don't know how to do that. Like I said, I'm not a professional at all with sewing, but I do want to get better at it. I do think that sewing can really, really come in handy with so many things throughout just like in life in general, So for now, I'm doing what I can. I'm doing what I know. And so this worked out all right. But happy Monday. Like I said, I hope that you had an amazing weekend and that you are doing well. Right here is how I did the stitching. I just laid it out on my bed and I kind of just used a measuring tape and just made sure that it was kind of like the same throughout the entire panel. And I think it was like 8.5 inches, which is, like I said, kind of big. I'm sure I could probably have like folded this down another a bit so that it would look a little bit more professional. But like I said, y'all, I just did what I knew, and I can always take this out and redo it again. So after I did like the measurements, I just pinned it down and then I went and sewed the stitching and it worked out fine. But I hope you're doing well. I hope that you are doing well physically and mentally. I hope that you are taking care of yourself. I've got some good cleaning motivation lined up in today's video, so let's jump into it.
That is fine, she doesn't mind. Get to know her, babe, then you can hate. Her dress is tight, fits just right. She's so fierce with her style. She talks that talk and walks that walk in her high heels with pride. 손가락질 받는 게 익숙한 girl, 예쁜 여자, 쉬운 여자. Get to know her, babe, 깜짝 놀랄 걸.
Up for me when I was done, and this is the before and after. I just think this looks so much better. I personally don't like when curtains are dragging on the floor like this. I like them to come stop right before they hit the floor. And so I just think this looks so much better. Like having curtains go from the very top of your ceiling, or it doesn't have to touch the ceiling, but as high as you can get them down to right before they hit the floor, in my opinion, it just makes your room, look so much bigger and so much more luxurious. So I'm really glad that I got that done. So it is the next morning and I am starting off with the bedroom. So I stripped off all of the linen. I'm going to get a nice fresh set of linens on both of the beds and just spray everything down and wipe down the nightstands and get the floor just nice and cleaned. It has been so flippin' hot. These last, it's been 95 plus the last 7 days. I think in the next couple of days, we're supposed to get some high 80 days, which I mean, really is not that much of a difference. But it's just been super hot, and I can't believe how fall is right around the corner, which is so crazy. It's funny because I was at the Dollar Tree. We went to the Dollar Tree the other day, and there's nothing but fall stuff out, Halloween stuff, fall decor, baking things, which is I'm super stoked about, and it's just funny how time just flies.
She's got a sweet heart after all. 급사랑에 푹 빠져버린 것 같아. Hang on, honey, there's more. I love you, but I love me more. Oh, that's what she said once. Oh, she's raw, 걔는 어디로 튈지 몰라. 사람들은 그녀가 모습만 봐, and that's fine. She doesn't mind. Get to know her, babe, then you can can't help it but fall in love. The moment she makes you smile. Can't help it but fall in love. The moment she makes you laugh. Can't help it but fall in love. Can't help it but fall in love. The moment she makes you shine. Samantha, Samantha, 내가 정말 원하는 건 Samantha, Samantha, just to be loved, that is all, is all. 사실은
I really enjoy watching DIY and home improvement channels on YouTube. It is just I just love it so much. It's really encouraging, and some of these people are just so talented, but I especially love watching women do home improvements and home projects, work with saws, and I mean, they're cutting wood and just doing everything that anybody else can do. So it's so empowering and encouraging to me. But I saw this woman, she was painting some furniture, and it looks like, I don't know, I'm gonna check out Home Depot or even Lowe's, but I saw some spray paint, like regular spray paint cans. They just have the button that you push. I've actually seen one, they had a nozzle, like a spray nozzle, kind of like an actual paint sprayer. So I don't know if they've just the cans have advanced to make it so that the quality of paint and the finish is more like an actual sprayer. I'm sure that the cans are a lot more expensive. But I'm definitely going to check that out to see if I can find something for the nightstands. I think that'll be really cool. If I can, I mean, eventually I do want to buy a sprayer, but if I can get away with getting some cans, just to get this project done, I think that'll be a really good idea. So I'm definitely going to be hitting up Home Depot here soon. There's also a couple things that I got to get anyway, but I just think that's really cool that they kind of advance the cans so that, like I said, I'm hoping that the finish will be like a actual spray gun.
사랑한다고 말하긴 참 어려워. Samantha, Samantha, she's got a sweet heart after all. Can't help it but fall in love. Can't help it but fall in love. Can't help it but fall in love. 눈물마저 사랑스러워. 사실은 다시 다칠까봐 두려워. 사랑이라면 다친데도 괜찮아. Samantha, Samantha, she's got a sweet heart after all.
this is going to sound crazy, but not having a dresser here is so nice. Like it just opens up the room, and it is so, when you have less, it's just so much easier, in my opinion. Less sometimes is more. Well, I feel like less a lot of times is more. It's less things to clean. It's less things to worry about. It's less clutter. It is just, it makes me feel so good. And I get encouraged to just go through the house and get rid of stuff, like just declutter. I really try to be mindful of the things that I buy. And that is something that I have been working on in the last couple of years. But when I do buy things for the home, I try to, okay, am I actually like, is it something that is going to be functional? Am I going to use this? What am I going to use it for? Where am I going to put it? Like things like that, I love just trying to make my space less, living with less, and it just, I don't know, it does something. There really is such a connection with your like clutter and your mind, your peace of mind, and how it makes you feel in your mental health. Like I really do believe that. I know that there are so many like actual connections, like I said, with that. But I love a good, like my style now, I mean, it switches up all the time. You can see the curtains in here, even in here, I shortened them to the window, the length of the window. And now looking back, I wish that I would have made these a little bit longer because I like the way that it looks. But your style is just always evolving and always changing. And now I'm just more into like a minimal modern look. I'm going to put up a couple pictures of what I mean. Like I do like a good like beige white, but I kind of feel like for me personally, I love pops of color. So I like a minimal modern look, but with pops of color. I'm not saying that I'm an absolute minimalist because that'll never be. I do like my stuff, but I like a good open space with like some design and some decor. Like y'all, I think about it all the time, and I'm just like, I mean, if money was not a factor, I would be buying stuff, just like transforming and renovating my space into how I would like it. I know in due time, everything will come in due time. Obviously, there are things that are more important than like interior design as far as your finances go. But I'm just saying, a girl can live and a girl can dream. So I just am slowly but surely just trying to, just make my space a little bit more my cup of tea and the decor that I would like. And just like I said, slowly and surely transforming my space. But if I was rich, when I tell y'all, I would be, renovating a room at a time and just like going crazy. Like it would just be, that would be my, just a dream of mine, just to, transform your space the way that you want it to look and the way that you want it to be. Anyway, so the room is reset. I moved the dressers, mopped behind there, kind of dusted behind there. Look at this little sausage. Oh, this dog. I love this dog so much. But everything is pretty much clean in here. The office is pretty much picked up. I was doing some more plant chores in there. So once I'm like done with all the plant chores, then I'll go in there and really do a good, I sweep after I repot a plant or prune a plant or, do what I need to do. But I'll do like a good deep clean after I'm finished with that. But I'm slowly but surely going through all of the plants in the house and just giving them, a lot of love and doing what I need to do with them. So now we are in little man's room and we're going to do the same thing in here, just switching out his linen and get his floor really cleaned. As far as the dressers and his surfaces, they were pretty much clean. So I didn't do like a wipe down on those.
I ran away from heartbreak. Got nothing in return for my pain. I never thought I'd be so empty, so alone and afraid. Wasn't looking for a lover. Nobody understood where I've been. I Guess I thought I needed more time to protect my love from potential offense. So I then you came around and you played it cool, but I shut it down. So you took your time and I opened up. I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different.
So little man likes to put the pillowcases on the pillows. I was waiting for him because he had to go and use the bathroom, but he calls it jingle it up. I want to jingle it up. I'm like, all right, buddy. So he puts the pillowcase in there and then he starts jumping and he's like, we're jingling it up. Like, okay. I just think it's hilarious. But like I was talking about, I just can't believe that summer. It's such a bummer that summer is only a couple of months because how it just flies. I definitely, last summer and this summer, I had so many plans to do so many things and it just didn't happen. Time just flies. Y'all know, I mean, life just lives and things happen and it's a bummer because I've been wanting so badly to go to the pool. Like that's been one thing. Last summer I said that, this summer I said that. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely going to the pool. We have not gone to the pool, y'all, like at all. Every time we drive by that thing, it is absolutely packed. And I know that should not stop me from like having fun, from us having fun with little one and everything, but it's just, I don't like that. Like I am not a huge crowd person anymore. Like it's depending on what it is. Like if it's something that I know that we're planning, like, okay, we're going to go take little man to a parade or something like that. Obviously there's going to be people there and you know that there's going to be a larger crowd. But if it's something that I can avoid, I just don't like it. I don't like it. And I really do avoid it like the plague. So I think maybe like going to like a rec center or something would be a good idea. I mean, now, you know, y'all know kids are out of school and I mean, school is right around the corner, but it's just the times are, everybody is out and about. It's sunny. It's, you know, nice weather and everything. So everything is going to be crowded, but I think maybe trying to hit up something on like an off day would be a good idea. But yeah, that's definitely something that I really want to do is like take little man swimming and just do like some fun outdoor activities. I know that I thought about going to one of our water parks. Like we have a water world here. I know that there aren't very many rides that little men can ride, but I think maybe like before the season ends, that'll be a really, really fun activity for him to do. They also just opened up, I saw there's an actual indoor amusement park, like where they have rides and everything. It's kind of far away from us, but I think that'll be really fun to do as well. So just a couple things, you know, lined up to go and have fun and do some fun activities with the family. So little man's room is nice and cleaned and smelling amazing. We're now downstairs. I got a bunch of laundry done today. I only filmed this one clip because I didn't want to be super redundant, but I think I did like 5 loads. I washed all of the linens, all of the blankets, all of the clothes for the week, all of hubby's work uniforms. I got everything washed. So it was, you know, kind of a nuisance, but I mean, that's house chores, you know, life and all those things. It's not everything is going to be fun and a cup of tea. So, but it felt so good. Whenever you get things done around the house, it's just always such a good feeling, makes you feel good. And it's just less to do. The more you keep up with things, the more you schedule things into your, you know, your weekly routine, your weekly activities, it just will be so much easier. One thing I also want to start doing as well is like doing a couple of meal preps. I think that'll be really good. The thing is, with me, I don't like eating the same thing over and over and over again. I did that for so many years when I worked in like corporate America. I would meal prep, especially on Sundays. I would do like a whole week of meal prepping, and for hubby and I, and even before hubby, I would do it for myself because it was just so much easier. And I think for years after doing that, I don't like eating the same thing over and over again. Now I will eat leftovers, like that's fine, but I can only eat leftovers for maybe like the next day, and I have to switch it up. Like it it's just a no. But I want to do like a really big, like breakfast burritos. We just went to Sam's, so we got like a bunch of bacon, a bunch of breakfast sausage. I think that'll be so good, especially for little man in the morning, with some, you know, eggs, cheese, potatoes, some breakfast sausage, and freeze them. And that way I can just, in the morning, grab one, pop it in the microwave, and hubby can do the same thing for early in the morning when he leaves for work. But stuff like that, you know, not really kind of like meal prep, but not like a meal prep for the same meal every single day throughout the week, if that makes sense.
Out the blue, somebody who will listen, and it had to be you. Out of all the people to reply, my love couldn't be just anyone. My baby, it had to be you. I didn't seem to notice that you were checking for me. We were just friends, but we started building trust, and my fragile heart started to mend. Yeah, I should have paid attention. You would have been the obvious choice, but I needed time to see clearly, dig deep and cut through the noise. So then you came around and you
These cabinets here is where I keep the majority of my plant supplies. So I am going through this again and decluttering. I don't know why I went through this phase where all of my plants had to have like a ceramic plant or a ceramic pot for it to look good. You know, there really is no, what am I trying to say? There is no purpose in my opinion, other than it having your plant look good, to have the nursery pot sit in a ceramic pot. I mean, aesthetics really is the only purpose. So I'm going through these little ones here. We actually, little man and I, we did a whole like paint session on Mother's Day. And so I wanted him to paint a couple of these pots, so that I can have, you know, to put little plants and everything in them. So definitely going to be keeping those, but I got rid of the majority of my ceramic planters. The storage container that I had little man's toys in, that material one, before I got the chest, I have that upstairs in the room, and I like to do this every so often, like with boxes and things like that. I used to use little man's diaper boxes, and I would just keep the boxes upstairs and have that for donation box. So I had hubby, I love these plastic ceramic pots because I can drill holes in them. They're actually functional, and I can use them for my pots. Like I don't have to have, it's basically a nursery pot and a ceramic planter in one, which I absolutely love. So I use that container, and I just put a bunch of these planters in my donation box, and I'm going to run that to Goodwill probably later on this week. So I am not going to be buying those ceramic pots anymore, unless it's like a plant that I buy and it comes with one, or it actually has drainage holes. These ones are like that. It's not glass, but y'all know what material I'm talking about. You can't put holes in them. So I've had a lot of these planters underneath here for forever, like a good year, and I haven't even used them. They've just been sitting there. So I'm getting rid of them. Anything that I haven't used like in the last 6 months, that's like one of my rules that I really have. If I have not used it in the last 6 months, or I don't have a plan for it. I mean, not a what if, because a what if I will keep everything. So if I don't have a plan for it, I haven't used it, or it's not something that is functional, I'm going to get rid of it. I will donate it. I will get rid of it. I will sell it. I will do whatever. So I got rid of quite a bit of those, and I kept the ones that I know that I am going to be using. This plastic container here, I got a couple of these from Walmart. I actually had this one in our bathroom. So it was on the bathtub, and I would use it for like our hygiene items, but it is pretty bulky. And when we're in the tub, it does kind of sit out of the bathtub, like on the ledge. So I was like, okay, let me actually put this to good use. I cleaned everything out, and I'm going to use this for my plant supplies. And this is absolutely perfect. I can actually like haul it from downstairs and upstairs because I do have plants on both levels. And so this is perfect. I just put all of my plants in here, my pruners, my shears, my stakes, my neem oil, my alcohol, like everything. So, and now it's like so much more functional and the cabinets are clean. So they're cleaned, decluttered, and organized. So that is always a plus.
So you and I, I'm not surprised by what I found, 'cause I know I needed something different and it had to be you. Out the blue, somebody who would listen and it had to be you. Out of all the people to revive my love, couldn't be just anyone, but baby it had to be you.
I am really starting to hate doing dishes. Like it's just, oh my goodness. Before, I mean, it wasn't my favorite thing to do, but now it's just, it really is one of those tasks where I dread doing. And it's just, it just feels like I'm always doing them because I am, like, all of the time. And there's 3 of us in this house. Like we don't have a huge family, but I do have a kiddo. You're always making him, they eat every hour. So it's, dishes pile up from that, and you're cooking breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, lunches. Like it is just always, man, I'm so sick of it. I really am. But I also don't want to run my dishwasher like 3 times a day. It's just, to each his own, but it's just, man, it's just one of those tasks where I am kind of over, and it doesn't feel good on your back when you're leaning over, especially with me having a missing limb. It doesn't feel the best, but it's one of those tasks that needs to be done. And hubby is really good with, when he gets off from work, like after I'm done with dinner, I'll have the sink filled up with the dishes and he'll come home and do them. And so I'm grateful for that. And he does help out, when and where he can. I know that I don't film him a lot, but he does also help me out, especially if I don't want to do something. He will definitely, pick up and get the task done. But yeah, dishes are just like, oh my goodness. It's just one of those things that I just don't like doing them. I really don't. Everybody has those tasks in the house. I know the bathrooms are like a huge one too. Nobody likes cleaning the bathroom, but I don't know. I'm kind of starting to, like, the dishes are getting up there for me. They really are getting up there for me with the bathroom. It's just one of those things I dread doing.
Stuck in the past watching videos of us. I have been trying to get rid of your stuff, but voices in my head are telling me to stop. It's all I have left, all I have of you. Thought I was more than a body to hold, baby. I wanted you, wanted us to be something more. I was so sure, I let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? I gave you my heart and you tore it apart. Don't know why you had to hurt me like that. 'Cause now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said. But I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? Love me like that. Oh, staying inside in my bed all day long, listening to sad songs and feeling so low, thinking about you and where we went wrong.
The other day, I was just craving some pastries. I know I was talking about baking. I made some strawberry lemon muffins with a pecan crumble. Oh, y'all, they were so good. They came out so good. So that was just like really fun. I enjoy baking, but one thing that I really do want to try to do better is coming up with like alternatives with, I want to try to eat less sweets. Like I really, really, really do. I have an appointment. It's next month with just to do like a physical and a checkup and everything, because diabetes does run in my family. And honestly, I am scared. Like I'm now that I'm getting older and everything, I really want to try to do better with like eating a little bit better and not making as many, you know, just like really laying off the sweets. I am a sweets person. I really, really am. I'm probably like the only sweets person, and like little man isn't really, he's more of a savory eater, and so is hubby. And so I really just really want to try to do better with, I don't know, coming up. I know that like the alternative sugars also aren't that good for you either. I mean, versus like regular sugar, but just like better. I tried baking with some almond flour before. I've been successful making, I think I made like some pecan brownies or something like that with some almond flour, but I tried making, I think there were cookies or something like that. You have to be like, you have to know your proportions and your ratios with the almond flour, but I know that that's a little bit better for you. But just like other type of alternatives that are a little bit more healthier for you versus, you know, just like the straight up sugar and everything, because stuff like that, like living a healthy lifestyle is important to me. Y'all know I don't like going to the doctor. I don't like being in the doctor's office. I don't want to be taking a bunch of medications. Like if I can avoid all that stuff, I definitely do. I keep up with my workouts, but y'all know when you get older, it's a little bit hard. And I'm not saying I'm super old, but you know what I mean. You have to look out for it a little bit, you know, a little bit more, and you can never be too early, in my opinion, of doing those things, you know. Just keeping on top of like your workouts. I got myself a good workout in today. I really try to stay on top of that, and not like everything in moderation, basically, is what I'm trying to say, because life just catches up to you and age catches up to you, and health, like having health stuff is just like super scary. And I just don't want to rely on like a bunch of medications and things like that. Like I really want to be healthy and live a good long life, you know, for myself, for my family, and all of that.
I wanna know why you let me go. Thought I was more than a body to hold, baby. I wanted you, wanted us to be something. I was so sure, I let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? I gave you my heart, and you tore it apart. Don't know why you had to hurt me like that. Cause now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said. But I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? Love me like that. Oh.
The dishes are all done for now. And now I'm going to wash Rex's bowls. So I like to fill up the sink with some really, really hot soapy water. I throw soap on everything, his slow feeder, inside his bowls. I clean his rubber mat. I also wipe down the actual wood, the wood portion that holds his bowls, and I let this sit for like a good hour. So I like to throw in some vinegar just to disinfect things really, really well, and then I will wash this, and then I let it air dry overnight. Well, I'll wash, we'll dry off his water bowl so that he has water bowl, you know, water for the night before we go upstairs, and then everything else I just let air dry. But I did end up, like I said, just letting this sit, and then I always disinfect the sink afterwards. Always. And I always wash. He has his own designated sponge for his bowls and everything else that I clean. So the stove is pretty dirty, as you can see. I made some, what were they? Some patty melts. So I made some patty melts for dinner. We just had that with some chips and some fruit, and that was good. But everything splattered all over the the stove, so I wanted to get this nice and cleaned. I've been trying to make dinners, like just kind of low effort dinners for these hot summer days, something where you're not slaving over the stove, you know, just making the house hot and making yourself hot, and just get, you know, just make some good easy recipes that are low effort. Now, those muffins, I did make those super early in the morning. Like, I already knew that I wanted to make those the previous night, and so I started really early in the morning and got that done before it started getting really hot. So if I'm gonna make something like in the oven or anything, I try to do it super early in the morning or later on in the evening. But let's go ahead and get this stove nice and clean.
I was so sure to let my guard down for you. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? I gave you my heart and you tore it apart. Don't know why you had to hurt me like that. Cause now I'm messed up, drinking non-stop, just trying to forget you and everything we said. But I can't seem to get these thoughts out of my head. Baby, why'd you have to love me like that? Love me like that. Oh.
Stove is nice and cleaned and ready to go, so I was really happy with this. Now, I had hubby move these. These are the mirrors that were upstairs in the office. I've actually had these mirrors here before I bought the larger ones that are on the other side of the wall, and I decided to just move these back down here. I have been, ever since I did the IKEA, the small mirrors, if you remember on here, the DIY like little hallway makeover, I just did not know what to put on this wall. This wall is pretty awkward because it's big, it's tall, and it goes all the way up to the hallway, you know. Obviously it's where the stairway is, and so it's an awkward wall. I did not know what to put here, but I hate seeing like a blank wall. Like, I have to have something on there. I mean, not every single wall, but this is just like one of the areas. It's like the first impression when you walk into the house, and so I really wanted to put something here just to make it look a little bit more elegant and a little bit more, you know, nice. So I decided we just move the mirrors back down here, and I just think this looks okay for now. So that is how this turned out, and I don't know what I'm gonna do. I still haven't even painted the other side of the wall, y'all. I painted this wall and we still have not even finished it. But this is, so I figured out what this plant is called, a daylily. I didn't know what this was called. And before we did kind of like the makeover, the landscape over here, this was just in the rocks, and this has been here since we bought the house. But it has, you could see the bottom, like there is still green. I believe that if there is still green, there is still life. But initially we were just going to cut some, just like trim some of this back. But as I was going through the bottom of the bush and even in the center and everything, there was so many of these dead, just dead foliage. And so we were like, you know what? I looked it up and it did say, I usually cut this back every winter. So before the winter, I cut it all the way back, and it comes right back every year. And this is a little bit early. It did already bloom. I don't know if I mentioned that, but it did already bloom, and all of the blooms were already spent. Like the straws, they were hard and just pretty much dead. So I was like, you know what, let's just cut the whole thing back. I don't know if hubby actually doesn't like this. When we were removing the bushes and everything out of here, he's like, let's just get rid of it. I wanted to save it just because I was like, you know what, it's another plant that we can put in the pots, these huge pots that we bought, and we didn't have to buy another plant. But I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I will relocate this next spring if it does come back to like one of the, you know, where the rocks are, somewhere else on the other side of the yard. I think I do want to. I really like the rose bush, even though I'm having some problems with the Japanese beetles, y'all. They are like attacking that plant. I've been coming out here every single morning and killing those daggone beetles. But I really like the roses. I might put some roses in here next spring. I don't know. We'll see. But I just had to cut this back. Like, you can see the bottom here. I didn't really show you a close-up. It was just, a lot of these were just spent and dead and already going out. So I was just like, let's cut them back. And this did bother me. Hubby went and got the blower. We tried to take a lot of these out of the mulch because I like the mulch to look nice and clean and not dirty. And so we raked some of that up, and then I was like, we got to take these out. So we handpicked the rest of them that weren't coming up from the blower. Just so you know, this skirt, it is a skirt. I do have shorts on underneath this, so just in case you were wondering, I would never, I would never be bending over. I was trying not to because they are, I mean, they're like in the, they're attached to the skirt, but this skirt is just so comfortable.
I know it's a little bit too much for sure. So cold, but we're always coming back for more. Egos in this wicked game, it's all for sure. Oh, I've got you. If we figured out what it's all about, takes a second and then we're back it again. Coaster ride for the triggered minds, but I don't ever want us to stop it.
I hope that this video brought you a ton of cleaning motivation. If you're new here, hey! I hope that you consider subscribing for all things cleaning content. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. I will definitely see you soon. Bye!